Alright, so this is a wall-supported tibialis raise. The goal of this exercise is you're just going to be lifting the toes up towards the shin, and you'll feel this front shin muscle working for you. Now, a couple standards that you need to be able to hit when you do this exercise is when you lift your feet up, you want to work towards about a 45-degree angle from the floor. So if you look at my foot here, it's about 45 degrees up off the floor. We want to be able to get to that height in order to actually make some type of change and improve range of motion in the ankle, as well as stress and work out this tibialis muscle through a full range of motion. So you have to be able to get up to about that 45-degree angle. Now, shoes are the most comfortable to do this in, but you can do this exercise barefoot as well too. Just be aware that your heel is going to have a little bit more pressure on the ground, and you just need to be comfortable with that. But it's perfectly fine to do it with or without shoes. Shoes adds a little bit of more difficulty than barefoot because there's a little bit of a heel in your shoe. So adding that heel is going to, that height of the heel will increase the difficulty of the exercise when you do it. So shoes are going to be harder than barefoot. If you can't get to this 45-degree angle, try barefoot, see if you can get a little bit higher. And then again, if you can't get to this 45-degree angle, then you're going to do individual steps where you do one leg at a time so that you can really emphasize that full range of motion, lifting the toe up towards the shin. Now, depending on how far you are away from the wall, that will dictate the exercise being more or less challenging. The more vertical you get, the easier it will be, but you can't really get up as high as when you're all the way out here. You can really lift your ankles up high. So I prefer you about 1.5 to 2 feet away from the wall when you do this exercise. Again, work towards that 45-degree angle. And then last thing too, it's easy to do it with your back supported against the wall. We also want to add a little bit of length through the back of the hamstrings, which will emphasize the quads a little bit more with this exercise too. So anytime we're flexing the front side of your shins, you'll also feel a little bit of that quad contraction going on, as well as that lengthening through the backside. So to get more qualities trained at once with this exercise, we prefer you to lean forward, support your hands on your knees, and really flex these quads so that you can really feel your tibialis more, as well as some lengthening through the backside of your hamstrings. Okay, so those are the keys to the exercise. When we typically program this exercise for people at sportsrehabexpert.com, what we will typically do is a burnout set or a consecutive unbroken set. And what that means is, let's just say we're shooting for 20 to 25 reps. Let's call it 25, because that's what you'll see programmed a lot from us. That means we need to be able to do 25 reps continuously unbroken without resting. And if you can't get to 25 reps, then that means, again, you have to be able to get your feet up to about 45 degrees. So if you start doing just these baby movements with the ankle and not actually lifting all the way up, then you need to switch to individual raises till you finish out those 25 reps or whatever rep range was programmed for you specifically. So again, do 2 feet up to 45 degrees for as long as you can, getting as close to that rep range as possible, and then finish out individually the rest of those reps that are left over.